so many magical powders and pills. What supplements are actually worth it? Don't believe all that BS and marketing hype when it comes to supplements, because the first thing you should focus on is getting your food intake correct, your protein, carbs, and fats. Because all the best supplements in the world are not going to help you if you don't get that right. So once you have your foundation set with real food, then there are some supplements that might be worth taking a look at. Hi, this is Mimi. Today I'm going to talk about 8 supplements that you may want to consider, and I'm not saying you should take all 8. It really does depend on your goals. 3 supplements that I highly recommend you consider, even if you don't work out, is a multivitamin, protein, and fish oil. Multivitamin. This is such an easy way to protect yourself against not getting enough vitamins and minerals in your diet. Even if you're super anal about being healthy, it's just so difficult to make sure your bases are fully covered. In fact, 90% of Americans do not get the recommended amount of vitamins and minerals, so it's better to be safe than sorry. I personally like to take the GNC Ultra Mega Active Pack. The more active you are, you do need a little bit more vitamins and minerals, and this definitely covers that. And I also like how it has some extra supplements for fat loss. Protein. Your body can't function properly without protein. It's critical for every life function, from energy to the creation of your cells, hormones, enzymes, immune function, etc. And not to mention how great it is for fat loss by helping you manage your weight by keeping you full. It spares your muscle loss, and it helps maintain your blood glucose levels at a stable level. And of course, it's also very important for helping you repair, recover, and grow muscles. And protein shakes are a very efficient and cost-effective way to get your daily protein intake if you're not getting enough via food. Whey protein is very popular among bodybuilders, especially because of the high amino acid profile that helps stimulate protein synthesis, and in particular the amino acid leucine. If you have no idea what amino acids are, I'm actually going to speak to it very shortly in this video. It's basically the basic building blocks of protein. I remember when I started incorporating whey protein powders into my diet like 10 years ago and saw such a big difference in terms of how my body looked. So if you're working out and for some reason you're not supplementing with whey protein, then I highly recommend you start. Quality protein makes such a big difference, and whey is definitely on top of the list. There are a few types of whey protein, and I'm not going to elaborate on all of that here, but one way that you can tell it's a quality protein is to make sure the main ingredients are actually whey and not filler ingredients. So the serving size, the scoop size, should be pretty close to the exact amount of protein that you're getting. For example, the protein I use has a serving size of 30 grams, and 27 grams of that is protein. Now, the exception to that would be weight gainers. They tend to have more carbs in them as part of the serving, so therefore they would have less protein. I personally love All Max Isoflex peanut butter and chocolate chip whey isolate. Whey isolate is a form of whey protein that's processed to remove fat and lactose, so it is a higher quality whey than whey concentrates that tend to be the cheapest form of whey. Fish oil. I talked about this in my Fats 101 and Healthy Fats video, so if you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out. There are a ton of benefits, from fat loss to decrease in your stress hormones and inflammation, to name a few. You do need a good balance of omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, and experts recommend a total daily intake of 500 to 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA, the most beneficial of the omega-3 fats. The key here is to make sure you get a quality supplement. So for example, I went to the pharmacy, I checked out their fish oils, and on the cover it said 1,000 milligrams, but if you turn it around and look closely, it was only 250 milligrams of EPA DHA. The quality brand I like is called Now Omega-3 from a good GMP, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practice, and each soft gel has 500 milligrams of EPA and 250 milligrams of DHA. Now let's take a look at some workout supplements. First, creatine monohydrate. This is by far one of the most effective research supplements that help people looking to increase their lean body mass, their muscle size, or their muscle strength. It helps you work out longer and do more reps. It also makes you hold water inside your cells, so it does make your muscles look fuller. Some people love the fact that it makes their muscles look bigger, and other people don't like it because they'd rather look more cut. They're available as a standalone supplement, and they're also part of some pre-workout powders. BCAA, short for branch chain amino acids, and I'm big on BCAA. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and all proteins are comprised of 20 different amino acids. Your body makes 12 of these non-essential proteins, and 8 are essential proteins because our bodies don't produce it, and therefore we need to consume them via our diet. The branch chain amino acids are leucine, valine, and isoleucine. And there's a lot of scientific research that supports how BCAAs help you reduce muscle fatigue. It helps you speed recovery by reducing DOMS, which is short for delayed onset muscle soreness. It also helps you increase protein synthesis, particularly through leucine, which I mentioned before. And lastly, it helps you reduce muscle breakdown. BCAAs are especially helpful for maintaining muscle mass when you're on a calorie deficit diet and when you're training in a fasted state. I actually do quite a bit of fasted training because I work out in the morning and I incorporate intermittent fasting into my eating, so BCAAs is definitely one of my key supplements. I don't want to open up a whole can of worms on fasting. There are many different types of intermittent fasting and it could have different implications depending on whether you're building muscle or you're looking to lose fat. Currently, I use another Allmax product for this and it actually tastes really good. I mean, I wouldn't even think it's a workout supplement. Fruit punch is great, and I love pineapple mango. Lastly, I want to touch upon pre-workouts. A lot of pre-workout powders have NO boosters in them. NO is short for nitric oxide that causes your blood vessels to widen so more blood flow and oxygen can go through it and travel to your working muscles, which results in better performance and bigger muscle pumps. 3 common ones are arginine, L-Citrulline, and Beta-Alanine. Now, arginine is a precursor to nitric oxide, and NO boosters have been primarily arginine for the longest time. However, there's a lot of research that shows citrulline is more effective. You'll see L-Citrulline or citrulline malate in products. Citrulline malate is simply the amino acid citrulline attached to a molecule of malic acid that gives you better strength, endurance, and muscle pumps. An effective dose is said to be 6 grams of citrulline malate per serving, which is probably the highest amount you'll find in any pre-workout. A lot of them don't have that high of a dosage, so buying it as a standalone product and adding into your pre-workout could also be an option. Beta-Alanine. This is most well known for helping with muscular endurance in the higher rep ranges, so it doesn't necessarily make you stronger, but it will help you if you're doing reps above 12 or if you're doing bouts of HIIT, high intensity interval training, or things like CrossFit. This is in a lot of pre-workout powders and it's also available as a standalone supplement. I don't have a go-to pre-workout powder, unfortunately. I used to, but they don't make it anymore, so I cycle between a few right now just to make sure my body doesn't get used to anything. But I will let you know if I come across anything amazing, and if you know of something that is awesome, like this makes me a beast pre-workout, please do let me know. There's also a few supplements that I like to incorporate when it comes to primarily fat loss, and I will be elaborating on that when I start my upcoming competition prep. And oh my god, I cannot wait to get shredded. As for many of the other supplements out there, be careful of the placebo effect. Don't just buy into the marketing hype and believe like something must be happening to my body. That can get pretty pricey. So, quick recap. 3 supplements that I highly recommend is a multivitamin, protein, especially whey protein, and fish oil. If you work out, and depending on how serious you are, you might want to look at creatine, BCAA, and a pre-workout powder with a particular focus on citrulline malate and beta-alanine. I hope you guys found this helpful. Do your homework, don't waste your money, and eat real food. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, please click subscribe, stay tuned, check out my other videos by clicking on these links here or explore my playlist. And feel free to follow me on Twitter at EatNotDiet or connect with me on Instagram or Facebook at Bonny. Thanks for watching.